Look at that. Look how dorky my jeans look. I can't go out looking like that. See how the heels show? They're not long enough. I need at least 3 inches to finish these jeans out. There's no way I can go looking like this. These are a pair of my favorite jeans. And I washed them. They were already kind of short anyway. But you know how you buy them because you love them, but you say, I can get away with it. But I washed them and they shrunk a little more. I found some leftover hems that I cut off another pair of jeans. And I think I'm going to attach it to the bottom to make my jeans extend a little bit. And they, you know, the color is pretty close. So I think I can get away with this. It's a little bit darker, but I think at the bottom it's not going to really matter. I'm going to use this as my finished hem. But as you notice on the side, the color on the side and on here is totally different. So what I'm going to have to do is remove that stitching right here so that I can replace it with the stitching that works on my jeans. So that's one of the steps we're going to do, is remove this stitching off the side of the jeans. I've removed the decorative stitching, so now that when I attach this, I can actually add my stitching to the bottom of the jeans. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the hem from my jeans so you don't have a double hem at the bottom. We want a single hem at the bottom. I've removed the hem from my jeans, and as you can see, this is where my hem was. So it gave me about 1 inch, but you know, it's raw. So I've gone and I've pressed my jeans down and I've removed all these little bitty threads from the jeans. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim these extra raw edges off. Okay, I've cleaned up the bottom and got some of the frayed edges off. Now what you want to make sure with the piece that you're attaching to the bottom of your jeans, you want to make sure that it's the same width as your jeans are. And as you see, mine is just a little bit too short, which is fine because I felt these jeans were too wide on me anyway at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the jean on the inside. And on the side of the jeans that doesn't have the top stitching, see, the inside always has the top stitching. But on the other side, you're just going to simply taper the jean. You're going to take the jean up to fit the piece that you want to add on. My piece is about 1/2 inch narrower than my jeans. So I'm going to take 1/2 inch up on my jeans. So what I've done, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that line, but right here is where I stitched to take up that 1/2 inch so that when I turn these back to the right side, now we see that the piece that I want to add on the bottom, now we see that it fits. You want to put right sides together. Remember, this is the inside where the decorative stitching is. And we're going to take the inside of this one, and you're going to put them together, right sides together. So I'm going to pin this in place, making sure that the sides seams match up. And if it doesn't match exact, it's okay because, you know, you can kind of make it blend. But I'm going to take this side and pin it in place. And as you see, my seam here is matching up with my seam here. And I'm going to pin here as well. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the other leg, where I've attached the hem to the bottom of the jean. And when I finished, I did a serged edge so that it wouldn't unravel. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn the other side of the jean. Okay, as you see, you've got the bottom half of the jean on there. If you wanted to, you could sew this right to the bottom of the edge there, so you don't have this extra. But see, I want as much hem as possible, so I don't really care about all of this showing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press my seam toward the jean. If you look here, I'm going to press the seam up like this. And before I even press it, I'm going to stitch it down. So when I stitch it, I'm going to make sure my jean hem is
press forward. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to press this down. Although I've top stitched it, I'm going to press it down. I finished attaching the hem to the bottom of the jean. And as you see, I think it looks rather nice because, like I said, it's at the bottom and nobody really notices it. So I've added the decorative stitch to continue on down so it looks like it's part of my pant leg on down to the bottom of the hem. Now you notice that what I've added is a solid color, and what I have is a stone wash, and what we mean by stone wash is where they've taken stones and they actually wash these jeans in stones, or in some cases, as in this pair, they take the stones and they strip the jeans so that they get this worn look. So what I want to do is give the bottom of my hem the worn look as well. In order to do that, I'm having to use a pumice rock. And this is a rock, or it's not really a rock, but it's like a stone that is used to rub the calluses off the bottom of your feet. Well, I'm going to use it to kind of add some blending factors to the bottom of my hem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down on something hard, and I'm going to rub really hard to give my jeans a worn look. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the more I rub, the more it's beginning to blend in up here. So I'm going to keep rubbing until I get this finished look. And what you do when you're wearing, you're actually rubbing the ink off of the jeans. And you notice that, you know, here mine is a little blue. So the more you rub it, the whiter it gets. I have my jeans that I can wear, and it almost looks like I have a cuff at the bottom. Isn't that kind of cool? So I hope you guys try this. So if you have that pair of jeans that are just a little bit too short, use this technique to give you just the length that you need so that you can look spectacular. So I hope you get an opportunity to expand your jeans like I did by adding extra fabric to the bottom and extending the stone wash look as well.
Now that's more like it. See how that extra fabric added extra length, and they look so nice. Now they cover my heel, and I really look fabulous. The 3 inches made all the difference in the world. You gotta try this. Happy sewing!